pillars of agroforestry research, extension, policy making and the practice. I'd like to thank the organizer of Euraf 2026 for this unique opportunity to canvass our experience on restoring degraded dry land through agroforestry. As all of you know, to generate a recommendation in agroforestry, there is a minimum of 10 years gestation period. So I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce my teachers as well in red color and my unput downable student brigade in black of multidisciplinary agronomy, soil science, microbiology, economics, social science and statistics. For their support, 5,000 years ago, an Indian philosopher raised his concern. And chair and co-chairman said, now this is not concern at all, it's ground reality. 100 million hectares, yes, twice the size of the Greenland, we are losing per year, as reported by UNCCD, leading to nexus of land degradation, leading poverty, where how already estimated that 750 million people are going to pay with empty stomach. And we the Indians are also not out of this circle of problem of land degradation. We have already lost 30 million healthy land that cannot be restored. And Government of India cautioned that more than 30% are prone to be degraded if we don't take immediate measures. With the dominance of red and lateritic soil, the place of our experimentation. Sir and madam, it was a earlier virgin tropical moist. Due to politically driven landscape transformation in the form of clearing riverside forest for agriculture, compromising the diversity by introducing fast-growing timber species in the forest area, and during their independence, taking over the entire right of the forest land without settling the right of the Astrodevian tribes living in the forest ring, resulted in deforestation, overgrazing, forest fire, etc., land erosion, and leading to degraded dry land. So what will be the option? What will be the way out? Neither we cannot reconvert agriculture into forest area again, because to combat the demand of the burgeoning population. Neither we have sufficient land for horizontal expansion of forest area. So win-win situation could be to introduce some indigenous forest species into the existing agricultural land. So in 2014, under the aegis of Indian Council of Agriculture Research, at our university research firm, we have started an experimentation to compare 4 production systems. Forestry representing Melina arborea, the local species, horticulture with sweet orange, agriculture, the rainfed agriculture with PGRP, and the combinations, that is agroforestry. So our aim to compare the ecosystem services generated in different production systems, and we found some problem to indicate all those ecosystem services into one index. In 2022, based on our another long-term experiment, we have proposed an index, ecological index to the globe, that is comprehensive evaluation index, that has been published in the Journal of Cleaner Production. And this is a very simple, easy to calculate and can be adopted in any sort of experiments to identify, to strengthen and identify and to convince the policymaker about your recommendations and results, output, with same only one quantifiable. What is that? We are simply identifying the principal components which are dictating 90% of the variability, and then we are transforming into 0.1 to 1.1 scale, and we are making the index with the weighted sum of those transform values. Here weight is the factor loading values of the PC. Very simple way, very simple to calculate. What was the result? We have found, we have quantitatively proved that agroforestry is the superior over other production systems on the basis of multifunctionality index, soil organic carbon buildup, higher soil enzyme activity, higher biodiversity, and also the economic return, where farmers will be interested to adopt. Here if you go, this is G means representing melina, that is forestry species. We are accommodating 400 plants per hectare. Now S is sweet orange, representing horticulture, while we are accommodating 100 plants per hectare. P is the pigeon P in agriculture, 50 into 25 spacing, and these are the combinations. Here I will be talking about GSP, that is Silvio-Horti agroforestry systems, with 300 melina species per hectare, 100 sweet orange, and in the area accommodating pigeon. And you can observe that 90% higher land use efficiency in the agroforestry systems, and the return from this system is 3 times higher than that of forestry, 1.7 times higher than that of horticulture, and 4 times higher than that of rain-fed agriculture. And this has been possible because of the support from regulatory and soil supporting ecosystem services indicators. So here in the agroforestry system, year-round littering from the forest species favored a microclimate congenial for underground, that you can dry biomass recycle is just doubled in the system over forestry with higher net energy harvest. And this has been superiority of agroforestry was proved because of the higher fertility buildup, correction of soil reaction, improvement in the water holding capacity, improvement of the microbial activity below the ground. And here is we have out of 52 attributes, we have shortlisted 11 net present value, net energy, dry biomass, greenhouse gas emission, carbon sequestration, soil reaction, soil organic carbon, water stable aggregates, dehydrogenase activity, microbial resilience index, Simpson's diversity index of the earth tone. These 11 were shortlisted based on PC, and here the synergy and trade-off clearly dictates us for future planning to enhance more synergy and to reduce trade-offs. Simply, in our next experiment, we are trying to do some organic and trying to reduce chemical load in the, particularly in horticulture systems, the component of the agroforestry system, so improve the trade-off. And here is the multiple ecosystem services generation under defined production systems. And this spider chart is self-explanatory. But the beauty of our experiment is and the strength of this experiment is the CEI, Comprehensive Evaluation Index. That is quantifiably convince the policymaker that restoring capacity of a degraded dryland through agroforestry is 4 times higher than that of agriculture, more than 2.5 times higher than that of horticulture, and around double than that of forestry. So here, with this robust framework of evaluating multifunctionality, we can quantifiably conclude that agroforestry is the better option to rejuvenate and degraded land. With this, I would like to thank all of you, and we have convinced our policymaker. Now in our country, it is en masse agroforestry adoption program is going on. With our consistent effort and the strength of this index. And I am sure you have given this opportunity, and I will be happy to see at your respective location to use this index to convince not only in Europe, we have to convince the Americans also. My student Lajini told me, in your Nishatel, 10 degree higher temperature today than long-term average. So it is not in the heart, agroforestry not in the heart of the Europe. It should be heart of the powerful policymakers also. To adopt this, not only it is the policymaker that they have to convince with this data that climate change is real thing. Thank you for this opportunity.
Questions? I have one. So again, this index, I think it's quite interesting. It's a composite index, right?
Yeah.
So it's built on this spider web. I mean, it represents all these different indicators that you were mentioning, right?
We have taken 52 parameters.
Okay.
And then gone for principal component analysis.
Right.
And identified 11 ones that are contributing 90% of the variability.
Good. So in this is somehow valid for any.
It's any number of you are taking whatever discipline you are taking experiment. It's a multivariate. Based on multivariate analysis, you will get a one index to strengthen and tell that this is the best. And it is open-ended. Since if your objective is provisioning, then you might take only the provisioning parameters.
Right.
But higher will be the number of parameters, higher will be the level of precision and the stability.
Okay. Yeah, it's quite clear to me. Yeah.
And it is very simple to calculate. It can be calculated in Excel.
I was wondering how it's applicable to any condition or to any like.
It is a statistical index.
Yes.
Not based on any condition. I am here applying this index to compare 4 production systems. You can compare with 4 treatments, no issue.
Yes, clear.
And if you have whatever your object you have in mind, take n number of capital N number of attributes, concise into small n number of principal components, transform that in a uniform platform from 0.1 to 1.1 scale, and sum with a weighted, the weight will be the factor loading values.
Yes.
So you will get a practical data, the strength of the treatment, which are going to be good based on all aspects.
Yes. Other questions?
Just a question. I did not quite get this PCA factor loading. So do you just use the 2 first components, or do you use all of them?
Yeah, I am taking all of them. Put all of them into the PCI, and PCI will tell me based on multivariate analysis what are the attributes that are, how much they are dictating the variability. Those who are giving the uniform effect, that is not important for us to evaluate a particular treatment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.